Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us once more to discuss our Walt Disney World versus Disneyland topic. My name is Jesse Fouts, and I am joined here by my good friends Jenna Ensign,
Hey, y'all.
Jeff Bowman,
What's up?
Nikki Kennedy.
Hi.
And again, not featured this week is Chelsea. We've got Colleen and Nicole. They're busy doing some other things. I believe we've got some travel in the works with them. So you're stuck with us again, and that's just how it's going to be. But we are discussing tonight. So we're going to talk about entertainment between Walt Disney World and Disneyland, because this is a big draw to the parks, is the entertainment aspect of it. Of course, attraction. I think a lot of people love the included entertainment that comes along with a visit to a Disney park. So, and without going, any further, why don't we just jump right in? So, I'm going to pick on Jenna real quick. Jenna, between your visit to Disneyland and Walt Disney World, which who do you think has overall the better entertainment?
Walt Disney World. They have more options and, the festivals with the concerts, and you have all those extras there.
Okay. Jeff?
If you would have asked me pre-COVID, I would have gone with Disneyland. But right now, I go with Disney World. Why I say pre-COVID, they had Frozen at the Hyperion, Mickey's Magical Map. Those were two of my favorite shows.
Best ever.
It was so cool. And then Hyperion still doesn't have a show. There's rumors surrounding that, but I take Disney World right now.
Nikki?
I don't want to say Disney World, but Jeff's right. Like Disneyland just is like, I feel like they're kind of working on things. So
they tried.
There's a lot in progress right now. So it's like, I don't know. Night shows, I would still say Disneyland. But like daytime shows, Disneyland has like the fantasy fair.
Well,
yeah, there's
so what we're going to do, and I know there's
Lion King. I haven't seen Lion King yet.
So just like
like
with food, there's subcategories of entertainment. So I think what we can do is kind of break this down, because entertainment encompasses different areas, right? We've got nighttime shows, that's its own segment. You've got castle shows or live shows, should I say. Also entertainment is like festivals, concerts that go along with those festivals. So and then of course I would even say nighttime shows / out, if you add on to that fireworks, because there are shows and then there are fireworks, or there are, for instance, like Fantasmic. So I think we'll go into that a little bit. So why don't we first start talking about why don't we talk about fireworks? What do you think, as far as between the two, who has the better fireworks? Walt Disney World, Disneyland?
So I will go, I guess. I like Disneyland's fireworks because you can see them on Small World, you can see them on Main Street, and you can see them on the castle. So you have like multiple options. Plus, they have a flying Baymax now. So mic drop.
Disney World does always have a flying Tinkerbell.
Yeah, but it's freaking Baymax.
But it's freaking Baymax. Yeah.
They have a blue fairy. They still have a fairy, but it's a flying robot of fun. Like, you're not going to beat that.
He's your personal healthcare companion.
No.
Jesse, what do you think?
So fireworks shows. I'm going to give it to Walt Disney World. You haven't
seen the new show yet, though.
That's true. So,
and Enchantment's not great.
So we're gonna
but neither is Happily Ever After.
We're gonna start that, because for those of you that don't know, we at Walt Disney World, we are getting Happily Ever After is coming back to Walt Disney World. I think that is the superior fireworks show of any of the fireworks shows. Now you had diehards that loved Illuminations, right?
And Wishes.
Wishes. Yeah, Wishes.
Still better than not better.
Well,
than
what I'm
having
saying is like
that.
Epcot Illuminations was huge for a lot of people, but
Yeah.
I still think Happily Ever After is one of the best, if not
could
the
be in the
best
fields.
fireworks show.
It doesn't do it for me.
So in terms of fireworks, and here's a great thing for those of you that have never visited a Disney park, fireworks are essential to your visit, and I would make it essential to your visit because it's just a great way to end your day at a Disney park. Now, Walt Disney World only has fireworks currently in 2 of its 4 parks, but you can find fireworks in Disneyland at Disneyland Park, correct? We don't have fireworks in DCA right now, right?
They never do.
That's what I thought. So we have, you have a couple options to watch fireworks at, if you're at Walt Disney World, you've got Disneyland Park to watch fireworks. Now, question for you. Here's
What other park has fire? Are you counting it Epcot?
yeah.
I think
Epcot.
I think Hollywood Studios still does their animation show.
So
That
They
has
do.
fireworks, right?
I wouldn't really call it a fireworks show because for
It's not centered around fireworks, but
It's-
there's
Yeah.
some.
like
Spectacular.
right. It's kind of like when they pop off at the castle when they do the
Yeah.
friendship fair.
Yeah.
And it pops off this little. That's what I like in that too. At the end of the evening. Now Hollywood Studios used to have the Star Wars fireworks, which were
Those were so cool.
fun and so great. And I hope that they bring that back to Hollywood Studios. Animal
Maybe in May.
Kingdom, you're not going to have fireworks just because the animals there. They're just not going to do that. So, now here's a question
Instead,
for
you
you.
get rivers of light and
No,
that
that's gone.
kite
that's gone.
show that was horrible. I'm just
So-
Yeah.
I'm saying
The Dollar
Animal
Tree.
Kingdom entertainment is not great, except for the Lion King show is awesome.
Well, right now
And
they have the
Nemo's
The
beacons of
trees
light.
will lit up at night.
Right,
Yeah.
the beacons of
Yeah.
light. They light the tree up at night if you're there when the park hours are long enough for it to be dark when it happens.
Yep.
Which is why it's my least favorite park. Let's put that there.
Now,
Not here.
correct me if I'm wrong. Are
Sorry,
fireworks daily at Disneyland Park?
Depends on the season.
It depends on the wind.
So now that's something to keep in mind because at Walt
Mhm.
Disney World, we get daily fireworks unless the weather. If it's inclement weather, is the only thing that will cancel fireworks at Walt Disney World.
And it has to be
Disneyland
pretty
cancels
bad before they
fireworks.
cancel it.
Yeah,
I
Disneyland
think the
cancels
buildings
fireworks.
or something cancel, like block the wind at Disney World more because Disneyland's fireworks get canceled all the freaking time.
So
Yeah.
They
know
don't
if
have
we-
them during the week because they're in a residential area, correct? Like
Yeah,
specific
during
times of year.
like
Certain permit.
springtime, a lot of the spring, it's like that.
So let's move on from fireworks to say again, and I'm going to preface this because we at Walt Disney World, and I say we because that's what I'm representing here, I guess. At Walt Disney World, we don't have a nighttime parade. We used to until Disneyland stole ours.
It
we had it
originated
first.
in Disneyland.
Hey, I
Disneyland
know you
had it
originally had it
first.
first.
You borrowed it.
It was borrowed and then came back and then went again.
We gave it back.
we'll take it back though because we don't have anything better.
That's fine. Keep it and we'll take Clean the Night.
So you have nighttime parade. We have truly
There's not a
only.
nighttime parade.
Well, no.
Not
So
anymore.
no. So okay. So you don't have that. Okay.
We did. It was a great-
Fantasmic. We have so both Walt Disney World and Disneyland have Fantasmic. They're different shows between the different parks for many different reasons. But interestingly enough,
Kind of
Fantasmic.
like the overall of the same show.
Where is Fantasmic in Disneyland?
Rivers of America.
Tom
Mhm.
Sawyer's Island.
And we have Fantasmic over in Disney's Hollywood Studios, which we just got that back this past fall. So we had been missing that for a couple years. So I'm really happy that it's back.
Did
and
that
it
go
is-
away pre-COVID?
Yeah.
No,
What?
it went
Yes.
away with COVID, didn't it?
COVID.
Yeah,
COVID.
Yeah,
when
COVID took
COVID.
it away.
Then
And they
they
didn't- they
revamped
just brought it back.
They,
Mhm.
they added some scenes to it that was
And it just came
a
back.
major improvement.
Yeah,
I
it's
think.
really good. It's a good show.
So how would you rate Fantasmic between the two? what do you like? Who does it better?
Disney World.
Fantasmic at Disneyland like definitely feels more like intimate. Like it's just a lot smaller of an area, but I feel like Disney World has the capacity to do more with it.
It's got more
Right.
fanfare.
I agree with that, and I like the stadium and the stage that Disney World has. I don't like the exit of funneling everybody up and down that walkway. So Fantasmic's easier to get in and out of at Disneyland, and
Depending where you're sitting.
yeah, and I think the dragon's better at Disneyland. Spoiler alert: there's a dragon, and the Mark Twain riverboat is much better.
Oh
At
yeah.
Disneyland as well. So I personally like Disneyland better, but accommodations at Disney World are better for
A
Fantasmic.
lot more people for sure.
Great. Yeah, I think Fantasmic. Now so you mentioned it. I do like the the cozier feel of Fantasmic in Disneyland versus so this is the one thing I do not like about Disney Hollywood Studios Fantasmic is it's almost guaranteed it's going to take forever to get out of the amphitheater there,
And get in.
because you're packed in like sardines in the sense of like you're funneled in, and then it becomes like a bottleneck trying to get out.
And you got to
So,
climb up the bleachers,
Yeah.
all that.
You just sit there and eat your popcorn until most everybody's gone.
No, I'm like,
And
I
it's
was
so
there
fun.
with 2-year-old twins and I handled it. So you guys are babies. That was fun.
Right. Let's see. It's totally fine. We were there in 30-degree weather with the wind blowing in our face. It's fine. You just sit there for about 10 more minutes and let everybody else go. And then you're
Yeah,
good.
but with Fantasmic at Disney, you just pop out and Pirates of the Caribbean's right
How
behind
easy
you.
it is. That section gets to be a bottleneck. I mean,
Yeah.
if,
Yeah.
If you go through
there,
if
then
you go through Adventureland, it's horrible.
yeah, it's bad.
Horrible.
But yeah, if you go the back way, it's not too crazy. If you just dive in the lake, it's even better.
So I would say from a nighttime show aspects. So we did not talk about World of Color. Let's talk about World of Color because that's different.
So World of Color is what Epcot wanted to be.
Wow. Those are
That's some
That's
fighting
words.
words.
That's all. That's it.
Okay,
We'll
we're
leave it
done
at that.
here. I'm just gonna go sign out. Call us off, Jesse.
so World of Color. You have World of Color. We have Stargate. Okay. We have Stargate in the middle of Epcot. Now, if you don't know what Stargate is, go look it up and you'll understand what I mean by Stargate.
He's talking about the barges.
So
They're
I do
horrible.
not know what you're talking about. Stargate.
yeah,
That's
Google
a show from
Stargate.
1997.
Yeah, just Google it. Google Stargate. All right, and tell me
Doing
what you
it
see
right
there,
now.
and tell me if that is not the flippin' Stargate that we have in the middle of the Showcase Lagoon. Anyways, yeah. So we do
Is
not
it
have
two
World of
words
Color.
or-
I wish we had World of Color.
Stargate attraction opening at Epcot. There's a full Reddit.
All right.
I really
so
do like
I digress.
Harmonious, though.
I digress. I'm sorry. I just derailed our train. Why don't we?
Jeff
talk
said he
about-
liked Harmonious. That's what he said.
So,
I like
it's
Harmonious
not-
that you have to be sitting like right in front, or else it's kind of wonky.
do you like Harmonious better than World of Color, Jeff?
Oh no. Don't
It's a great
put words in my
out
mouth.
of two.
I like
So-
Harmonious, but it's got nothing on World of Color.
You're right. If we're ranking shows, where does Harmonious fit?
The bottom.
It's near the
Of two.
bottom for
Near
sure.
the bottom. Okay.
Right above Enchantment.
Yeah, Enchantment just did not do it for me. I
I
not
cannot be friends with y'all.
I didn't like the show. What was Disneyland's fireworks before?
Disneyland Forever.
No, the dance party one.
Oh, the Mickey Mouse
Mixed Magic?
Mickey's Mixed Magic.
That
Yeah.
was a flop to me.
Yeah.
So let's move on. I think we've talked nighttime shows. So I think we all agree that the nighttime shows are probably better at Walt Disney World.
Disneyland.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, so Disneyland. All right, let's talk about parades. Let's talk parades here. I think know,
You can't talk parades yet, Jesse.
well, we can.
Yet. We have like a week. We're just gonna pretend like we're gonna post this in 10 days.
Right. For those of you that don't know, I mean, this we are not going to disclose the date of this recording, but
I mean, live. The parade is wonderful.
Here's the thing: parades at Walt Disney World different than parades at Disneyland. I think we can all agree. And let's just rewind the clocks a little bit. I know a lot of stuff we talk about, like COVID, threw a big wrench in some of the entertainment and it delayed entertainment coming back at Disneyland versus Walt Disney World. So if we were to go back to say 2019, and I asked this question, who has the better parade? What are you going to say?
I mean, I don't think the electrical parade wasn't there in 2019. And I don't think there was there even a daytime parade?
No, the electrical parade was there in 2019.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then that's an automatic win.
Uh-huh.
So the parade, so over Festival of Fantasy.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. All right.
Yeah, because that dragon was catching on fire in 2019.
We have.
They didn't have a Santa Claus display, but oh, that's a problem.
I do like Festival of Fantasy.
Yep.
I do like Festival of Fantasy. Again, Disneyland, you just get so much closer. It's such a more like intimate feel. The characters are so much more interactive because there's an eighth of the kids that are standing right there just because it's so narrow. So I would say Disneyland.
Right. So, Jenna, what do you think?
I've only seen a Christmas parade at Disneyland, so I wasn't impressed.
Did
so
you
I have to go Disney World? No, it was a daytime parade, no fake snow. It was fall of 2021 that we went, December of 2021. So I don't remember seeing fake snow. So Festival of Fantasy, although I'm not a parade girl. I'm not an entertainment girl. Let's just put that out there. I'll watch the stuff one time and I'm done. So.
Right. Again, and it might just be me. All right, let's take it to the streetmosphere. Okay, the streetmosphere between the parks. And for those of you that don't know what I mean by streetmosphere, I mean the interactive character opportunity, the one-off, like for instance, the Citizens of Hollywood.
Exist at Disney World. Does it? Does it exist at Disney World?
Oh yes. All right, so Citizens of Hollywood. You've
They're
got
not back, are they?
I have never seen that.
The Citizens of Hollywood aren't back.
They have them in some capacity here and there, but they're not fully back. No, I mean, but you can find it's scattered, but you do find it. It's probably not as prevalent as it was.
They're on their way to a stage.
No.
Well,
they just drive around in a trolley, really.
So, because they have that in California,
not a trolley,
Adventure,
like an
right?
old car.
But
yeah, the trolley car guys are.
So, would you say?
I feel like Disneyland always has like characters and singing and activities and small parades and
and the quality of these
funny things.
And the quality of like these actors and the entertainment is a little bit better, I feel like, because it's right at the entertainment capital of the world in Los Angeles and Hollywood. So you get even like when Frozen was at the Hyperion and when Aladdin was there, you actually had Broadway people performing there. Aladdin was amazing, and then the stage for Frozen was awesome as well. It's just it's a different level of like the dancing, singing, and the quality of that is just
even like people better. In the parade are like the off. I don't know what you call the side gigs. They're so much better.
So what you were saying here is you feel like the caliber of the cast member is a higher quality than what you see at Walt Disney World. That's a bold statement. I mean, look, but look, yeah, you're right.
It's great at Disney World. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, neither of them are like the goons.
It's just a lot of these. I feel like a lot of these people who are cast members at Disneyland have grown up in like a theater system with Hollywood being right around the corner. So they come to Disneyland, and a lot of people start their careers working at Disneyland and move on to other stage shows or different opportunities. So I just think that's a good place to start your career as an actor, singer, dancer, whatever.
And it's not to say that, like, and here's what I get jealous of a lot. Like, for instance, when Marvel premieres a movie, 9 times out of 10, there's going to be a Marvel actor in Disneyland or a Disney California Adventure promoting.
10 out of 10.
And then
every single one, even like the Disney Plus shorts, they'll be there the day after it goes.
Now,
That's
I was there when Lightyear came out, a week before Lightyear came out, and Chris Evans was there. And I was so mad because I couldn't get the Lightyear gauntlet.
So do we think Paul Rudd, look, and I'm not going to tell you when we're recording this, so don't even try to look at the calendar. With the premiere of Quantumania, do you think we're going to see Paul Rudd or Evangeline Lilly or even Michael Douglas in the park?
I would put money on it.
Yeah. So again, that's pretty cool, especially if you're visiting, Marvel's Avenger Campus and, there's Paul Rudd or, that's really cool because we don't see that it's not as prevalent in Walt Disney World.
I think they might. The thing is, though, I think Disneyland, it's harder for them to hide. Whereas Disney World, I feel like they can blend in and hide and you don't see them there as much because the crowds are just so much bigger and there's tunnels and they kind of built Disney World to hide that. Disneyland, like, you're not going anywhere. You have a baseball.
When the ride is down, the ride is like Rise of Resistance down, but really it's Tom Brady getting taken.
I see celebrities at Disneyland all the time.
But they're at Disney World. There's just there's nowhere to hide at Disneyland.
Yeah, I mean, definitely different atmosphere, different area. So let's talk, and we'll wrap this conversation. But what do you think about? We're going to lump this into entertainment, but the festivals, or let's say, and I know, really, to be honest, I think Epcot really holds the key there. You do have some festivals in Disneyland.
Guess what I'm going to say right now? Can you guess when I say my reasoning? Can you guess what I'm going to say?
Go ahead. No, I'm going to leave.
Guess what I'm going to say.
At Disneyland and barely noticeable.
What am I going to, how am I going to compare it? Quality over quantity.
Yeah. Yep. Quality over quantity.
California Adventure, like, you'll have like the Plaza de la Familia, however you say that. I know I slaughtered it. And you can like write your story to your ancestor, which after my grandpa died was honestly like the best thing for me. But then also like Lunar New Year, I love at Disneyland because you get to make your wish for the year and you get to sit there and read everyone's wishes. And it is just like such a like, I don't know, like seeing the people, like how many walks of life do you have in Disneyland and like everyone getting together to do that? Like to me, that's like a festival and like learning and doing all that stuff as opposed to
it's more sentimental and
Well, it's more cultural. Like Epcot's just like, here's your Broadway show, like the Festival of the Arts on Broadway, and your candlelight processional, and it's great. But there's tons of people, and it doesn't have that intimate feel at all.
They have this right, like it's like more so like they have this in this country, whereas like I feel like Disneyland is like, this is what they do. Come do it. Come do your coloring page and make your hat and do this and write your letter to your ancestor, which to me like that's so much more of an experience.
So then would you say, again, taking aside the festival itself and the meaning of the festival, let's talk about the associated entertainment with that festival. So like, for instance, our Festival of the Holidays, we actually have candlelight processional and we have narrators that come in and we're talking big name narrators. Like I think, one of my favorites to watch, and probably a lot of people listening to this or watching this, they're going to say Neil Patrick Harris. I mean, MPH, fantastic. But Whoopi Goldberg, The Simu Lee was this year. I mean, he was a brand new narrator from Shang-Chi for those you Marvel fans. But
Disneyland has that too. You just have to be nifty to get invited.
Yeah. One year I was there, we were doing a parkeology challenge with my siblings, and the next day Chris Pratt was doing the processional, and I wanted to go so bad.
And I think too, if you want to talk about quantity over quality, like you have something pretty much year round at Walt Disney World and Epcot with the Broadway shows, and then you fall into the Festival of the Arts, and then the Eats of the Beat at the, now these festivals span most of the year. Used to, you would have several months over the summer where there wasn't anything, and then the Festival of the Arts is 6 years old, and the Festival of the Holidays is still newer. So I feel like now they're just kind of spanning all year. So there's something pretty much every weekend in Epcot, every night, every weekend. Where they don't have that in Disneyland.
I think you really only have about 4 weeks of the year. You have 4 weeks of the year.
When they're transitioning it, and that's it.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like, a couple of weeks in the beginning of January between the holidays and then the arts. And then there's less than a week between, or barely a week between the arts and
there's like a lot more quantity.
There's quantity here at Epcot. I mean, here in Epcot, there's tons of quantity. So I feel like you have to choose that because of the quantity.
Absolutely. You couldn't pull that off all year. There's no way.
Yep. And the thing about Epcot is I think Epcot needs those kind of things.
I disagree, but
there's like 10 rides.
Well, I mean, if you're going to have like the countries though set up like they have them,
and it's perfect. It's a perfect,
really cool festival.
Absolutely.
Like it just is.
Right.
But I think those countries would be kind of stagnant without the festivals. Like,
I don't know if you guys remember Epcot prior to the festivals or Epcot. Like, I remember going as a kid and I hated Epcot because there's literally nothing to do there. Like, there was nothing. They didn't have Kid Cot. They didn't have any of that. So now I feel like it's a much different park than it was.
The new one? With
which one?
And Louie?
The scavenger hunt?
Yes, it's so cute.
No, I didn't do that one.
It's adorable. I won't spoil it, but you need to do it because I was like shocked at some of the things it did.
One more
I'll do that next week.
One more entertainment topic, and then we'll end this discussion because I know we could go on with this, but let's discuss really quick private after-hour parties or after-hour parties that you buy tickets for. So Walt Disney World, we have Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. We have Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Disneyland, what do you got?
Oogie Boogie Bash,
Sweethearts Night. Party. And there was a Villains one last year.
Yeah, I think there's one again this year.
So because I can only speak to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
I've done both. Disneyland wins hands down. I was not after doing Oogie Boogie, and it used to be what does it used to be? Mickey's. Now that you said the other one, I can't think. But I did it back when it was in Disneyland too. So I've done that party multiple times. Yeah. I was like honestly like really sad that I spent money on that expensive ticket at Disney World.
And that's how I felt at Disney World.
There's no cool characters. Everyone goes all freaking out at Disneyland costume wise, and I didn't feel like that at Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
I
had serious FOMO, so I did Not
the
So
costumes
Scary.
Are crazy.
I did Not So Scary at Disney World last year, and then I was there for Oogie Boogie, and I saw all these people posting Oogie Boogie, and I'm like, oh my god, I messed up. Like I booked the wrong thing.
Amazing. Like it's seriously just all out.
Oogie Boogie Bash is amazing.
Well, I mean, there's a reason it sells out in like 2 hours.
Well, and quite honestly, I don't know if this is a normal thing, but maybe they'll have more dates for Oogie Boogie. But yeah, it was crazy.
It's normal.
They can't close the park because the park is open till like midnight, right? Whereas Disney World, the park closes at 10. They just start the event and you have your like mingle in. They can't shut down the park when there's only 2 parks, so they have to have a selected amount of dates at Disneyland.
Right.
So that's our goal, right? This year we're gonna do Oogie Boogie as a team.
Yeah,
I'm gonna. I will not pass up Oogie Boogie ever.
Yeah. But all right, well, overall, so I think I know where you're going to stand on this, Jeff. I think I know where you're going to stand, Nikki, Jenna. I think maybe.
Hold
I
on,
wanna
we
hear
have to
from you.
do one to Disney World, which is the stage shows. Disney World wins stage shows right now because Disneyland just
Yeah.
doesn't really
Yeah.
have them.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Stage
and
for
the,
shows,
sure.
the Festival of the Lion King is just
All day. The
amazing.
best.
Yeah.
I've
So
always
we will
loved
give
Festival
1
of Lion
point
King.
to Disney World where it's
Right.
All right, Jesse, you vote first.
I.
I'm gonna feel
Pick a favorite child. Pick the right team.
Yeah. Gosh. Walt Disney World for me.
Jeff,
It's Disneyland for sure.
Nikki,
Disneyland.
I'm Walt
Jenna.
Disney World. Walt Disney
There you
World.
have
Two.
it.
All right. So
Find more
There you
seating at
have
the
it.
shows for
Good
us.
time. Yeah, and we'd love to know if you're listening or watching this. We'd love to know what you think. Please, leave it in the comments. Let us know. And thank you for joining us in this series of what we believe is Walt Disney World versus Disneyland. And I think you'll get a great vacation no matter if you choose the East Coast or the West Coast. But definitely visit one of those two if you haven't been already. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you can follow us on all the other socials at Marvelous Mouse Travels. We are on TikTok. We are on Instagram and obviously Facebook if you haven't seen us there. But there we have it. We hope that you do have a good rest of your time, and thank you for joining us.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.